Hey guys, this is Chase. BT694. We're playing BP Tank, bidding for sides. Looks like I won US with 2 extra influence, which is always nice. Um, Quick glance at the hand that we have been dealt. No 4-up cards, but we've got some 3-up cards. East European Unrest, 5-year plan, Cambridge 5, Olympic Games. Um, so kind of no real huge bugaboo. Probably maybe Vietnam. We have space to keep them out of that region. De Gaulle will help us. We'll play that for the event and then throw those ops into France. Um, Not a great headliner here. We could go East European Unrest, uh, but I think we'll just go Olympic Games and see if we can win 2 quick victory points. Um, so um, Olympic Games, this point in the stage, DEFCON 5 is a-okay. Later, with it can be not a great headline card because it can be a DEFCON suicide card. Interesting. So he plays Nasser. So whether or not he was protecting against a Middle East scoring card play, but it gives us an extra place to try to coup at if he wins huge. So all right, so he plays NATO, goes ahead and goes in Afghanistan, and places other places in. So we're going to go ahead and coup. So we coup Libya, we win, we give him Comic-Con, it's out of the deck. The one that I guess the play that we might have to worry about is he scores Asia here for 5. But we're kind of saying, all right, well, if you have it, so be it. If he counter coups us now, then then we can go straight to Pakistan. So he does score Asia, and he scores 5. So we gamble, but I think it might be worth it. I haven't really played that scenario too often to really think what the best approach is. Is getting mate it's the coup if you can be successful to play maybe. So we knock him out of Egypt. Not the worst thing there. But we've got a good opportunity to be able to, DEFCON's at 3. If he can go ahead and take Pakistan, then we go ahead and slide back into Southeast Asia. He's just going to place influence, then he goes into Pakistan. So we can go ahead and take Pakistan with 5-year plan, which we'll do. And granted, he might take India, but maybe we can get the India card, India Pakistan war card. He could come back over the top with the China card. And if he does, it's okay. I mean, we'll throw Cambridge 5 or something like that in there and kind of roll. We could also play you an intervention with Vietnam, but right now we're definitely not playing Vietnam to give up Southeast Asia. So we're in an okay spot. We did give up 5 points, but we've got it. So plays decall. So much for holding out for Southeast Asia. All right, so we're going to go ahead and immediately try to take France. In a replacement, with going into the 2 1-up countries, with DEFCON at 3. But I guess he can get to Burma a little quicker. Place containment. Here he finally coups. So we're going to take Egypt. Nasser's already been played. Go ahead and take France. might have been a mistake there not to try to throw an op into underneath Thailand, so that way we can get in there. But at this point, you know, Asia's kind of weird. But if we could hold on to Pakistan and take the Korea and Japan, we'll be okay. And then he picks up the 2 victory points here. All right. So go ahead and take India. You can also doesn't quite give us it doesn't give us domination by taking Lebanon. Having the non battleground trying to protect Israel might be worth it. So that's what we're gonna do. And then if we can flip a country, we'll be in a little better shape. So all right, so we have Europe, which is awesome. So we can hopefully score that for some points. We have duck and cover, which we can parlay into 3 points as well. We definitely want to hold D stall to hopefully get it to turn 3. And after that, we want to play Warsaw usually typically early, get it out of the deck. So we're going to play duck and cover. We'll take the 3 victory points, and it also keeps him from being able to coup. He might still pick up victory points by playing a war card, but it's okay. Part of this game is be able to pick up some victory points when you can. So he plays Middle East. I'm kind of surprised a little bit, because he doesn't know that he's not going to have a coup opportunity. So I'm thinking if I'm him, if I coup, then I have a chance to, to score that region. So independent Reds, not a great place to play it, but he goes ahead and knocks it out of the deck. All right. We're going ahead and score in Europe before he's able to slam some ops. The other counter thing, go ahead and take India and then also push for Thailand. So I kind of think tempo wise, we can react if he decides to slam some ops into Europe, be able to still be able to get control. He plays Truman, so we know we're still so he gets that out of the deck. It's always nice to have that in the deck. You can make some big plays with Truman, but he wisely goes ahead and knocks it out. Let's see what he does with this one out. So we'll go ahead and score Europe now. We'll score it for 5. So we're kind of. He took Asia for 5. I took Europe for 5, and then basically, we've picked up some points here and there. So he plays Romania, so he's going ahead and getting a head start on Africa. Because of what he's doing in Africa, we're going to go ahead and lock down South Africa. All 3 regions have been played, which doesn't always happen. So all 3 regions, have a potential to get scored as, twice in 3 rounds if they come back out next round. So one of the reasons why we like to play Warsaw Pact early as US is sets up where NATO can hurt him. So if he plays NATO, that event triggers. But more importantly, in my opinion, the reason why you want to play it is, if you play Romania, then independent Reds happen, and then you could play Truman and flip a country. You don't have to worry about getting kicked all the way back out. Or in the late war, with some of the cards starting to hit, where you could possibly flip Poland, or some of the other cards that kind of affect if you had a great Chernobyl, you don't want to do a bunch of work flipping some countries and then get kicked out uh, because of Warsaw Pact. So what we did too, since we have Korean War, we're going to space Korean War. We went ahead and took South Korea to kind of try to see if we can push Asia a little bit. So we let them score early, but now we're in okay shape where we can pick up some of these other countries. So we'll go ahead and space. Then also, hopefully by the time Korean War comes back out, we'll have a shot to have given it a little support where the roll won't hurt us as much. So he does get this war card. So he gets some military ops. It's the biggest thing. So that's basically 2 victory points for him. I mean, he could have rolled a 6 to actually flip it, but the biggest thing he played that for was to get the 2 points for the military ops. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and scare for the Middle East in case we got the scorecard. We could have played it, scored Middle East, and we got lucky because we got NORAD back. So once again, looking at our cards, Red Scare, Duck and Cover, Defectors. So we got good ops. But once again, what we might do, play Duck and Cover for the 3 points, drop the DEFCON. So it kind of helps, especially after this round. Typically, a lot of the battle coups go into the mid-war countries, so we've got a chance, depending on if we can avoid Muslim revolution, to kind of at least be even or be in good shape for Middle East for most of the game. So he plays India Pakistan card. He's going to go in India. This is his best roll. And he rolls a 5. He had to roll a 5 or 6. He flips it. Kind of hurts. And then he immediately plays Asia. Man, what a big flip. So he's been able to score Asia for 10 points in the first 3 rounds. But Asia's not going to score now until at least the late war. So we're going to go ahead and throw 1 into Canada, 1 in Greece. We're setting up so we can play the NORAD. It's NORAD is sometimes it can be a huge. It's going. He got the Korea Corps card right back, but he rolls a 1. All right. So we go ahead and protect Pakistan because he does have the China card. We don't want our completely to get rolled there, so we can at some point take Japan. Hopefully by the late war, and be at least even in Asia by the end of the late war. Possibly we can flip Thailand at some point too if we get the China card. So all right, so he plays Marshall Plan, which this will pretty much assure us domination in Europe for most of the game. He's overprotected. East Germany, Poland. We're going to have the country count, so we're in great shape there. We have decent odds. So we're going to go ahead and kind of strengthen up some of the stuff. So we went ahead and took the couple of battlegrounds around Italy, kind of protect against a brush war, if NATO doesn't happen. Also, go ahead and double up a little bit on Panama and have it so we have a presence there in Central America. Plays the event, which isn't that big of a deal for us, really. We're going to go ahead and space D-stall. Hopefully we can Space 2 cards. We kind of keep pace in the space track. So he spaces special relationship. He gets the good roll. And then we're gonna play NORAD. We're gonna gamble that it can be effective, as far as having a chance to be able to flip something, or at least be enough of a nuisance to make him think about some of the plays he has to make. So we go ahead and play Socialist Government for the event. Um, holding Red Scare, we could have played it and kind of really slammed into a country to really kind of really make the next NORAD be a little more effective. But what we're really hoping to do is handle this hand, and then we can possibly headline Red Scare, kind of really make turn 4 be pretty be handicapped for him. Red Scare, to me is even more effective in the mid war than a lot of times it is in the early. So definitely two thoughts there. You play Red Scare early, kind of stop the initial blitz of Russia. We'll see. So looking at headlines, it still maintains as our best headline. Kind of looking at it. We got OAS. It's going to help us get in South America. And he does have CIA. So wasn't played in the early 3. He's got the China card to kind of protect against it. So hopefully this could potentially kind of push him to do some things he doesn't want to do. All right. So ABM treaty, interesting. So he's moving it on up. And anybody else actually played this knowing that he has CIA. So if we had something where we would have dropped the DEFCON, we could have played that card to make sure the DEFCON stayed higher. It's like, for instance, we did have Cuban Missile Crisis, so we could have played down 2, but that card would have it wouldn't have helped him. So, nice. So looking at his hand, he's definitely going to play. I mean, he has South America. Voice America is definitely getting. He's not playing that card. We do have to worry about Muslim Revolution, so we'll save a 4-off card for that. Nice roll. That's a big roll. So we get a big boost there in Angola. He's able to get out of the CIA card. So we'll see. So he goes into Haiti. All right. So we. All right. So we don't really have a great place really at this point to really slam our one op. We're going to kind of be in Burma. If we can flip that, just make them worry about it. It is Southeast Asia card. Um, we know he has South America with OAS. Normally, I would have liked to split this to be able to have a chance to get all of South America, but this is 3 victory points. Um, so he's going to go ahead and have to play um, the South America card before we can pick up more points here. So there it is. But that's 3 victory points. And then we do have blockade. I'll probably play shuttle diplomacy for the event. It's kind of nice. Could be advantageous. But we've got solid ops all the way across the board. But we might also want to play Culture Revolution, get it out of the deck. Much rather just give them the 1 victory point than have to give up the China card. So we're going to go ahead and kind of respond to Central America. At least have a presence there. Push a little bit in Southeast Asia and Burma. Hopefully make them either waste 2 ops there or or maybe we can flip it. So at this point, kind of looking at the board, we're good in Europe. We're good in the Middle East. I mean, it's even. We do need to save a card for his Muslim Revolution play, though. We've got Flower Power and NATO. So Muslim Revolution is coming out, but we've got the ops to be able to handle this. So we're able to repair. We'll just gamble with the Flower Power. Which might have been a mistake, and that might be a card we should consider spacing a little more Flower Power. I typically play it as US because it's 4 ops. And sometimes it doesn't hurt you at all. So he space races shuttle diplomacy. That means he's definitely playing the China card because at some point this round, because he's definitely not playing Voice of America. So we'll go ahead and space Suez. Might not have been a bad time to try to play that card for the event, just get it out of the deck. But really, we kind of felt like we wanted to the space to keep in tempo there. So rather have space it. I need to space up and still have ops to use. Because we'd like to still push Burma. Probably should have did that there in that spot, and then waited on my space. So it's probably a missed opportunity there to go ahead and flip that Southeast Asia country and make it a little easier if we do get the Indo-Pakistan war card in India. So probably definitely a mistake there. All right. So we use our 1 op to go ahead and coup his non-battleground, hopefully set up this realignment in Central America. Also, we needed 1 more op for military ops. And now we've got a 4 op or 3 op card still to play. And we're going to roll one of those cards too. So we'll use a 4 op card. We'll go ahead and straight up take Zaire. So things we probably should have did better. We could have easily taken Burma. We missed that opportunity. We set it up and just miss executed. We do have Junta now looking ahead on this current round. Um, so maybe we can get the southern part of South America. And we can, really hopefully fight for a big score down there. We can also set up, the kind of a play in Cuba too. So kind of, we're going to go ahead and coup Cuba. It's not going to be successful, but it's really about dropping DEFCON. And we do have one of the big reasons is we've got Africa scoring, so we didn't want him to have a chance to coup one of our battlegrounds in Africa because of the scoring card. So he can attack us, but not easily. So if we can pick up a non-battleground here too, and then hopefully we can maybe score it for some positive points. It's really pushing Central America. We do have Alliance for Progress, so hopefully we're going to be able to pick up if we can, load up Chile, be 5 points when you include Mexico in that. Nice. I mean, that's scoring a whole region. Really, no worries. The one we do have a DEFCON suicide card, it's 4 op, so it's fairly easy to get rid of. So go ahead and protect West Germany, just in case he does have Europe scoring. Go ahead and place the other two in Chile. Mistake we 100% made early part of this game though was we were in Panama and we didn't throw an op in Costa Rica. That should be a priority, and we just did not make that happen. We had some time to vote to do that. In a situation where suddenly you get knocked out of Panama, you go right back in. So kind of sometimes it's nice to have a little op to be a little tick, but now because we're not there, he's marching straight down. We got Nicaragua, Costa Rica. So he's got Middle East scoring. So we played in the Sahara States. The idea that we might be able to set up a realignment into Algeria, granted in France, so you can just roll right back there. We can score Africa now. We score 4. Um, uh, wow, he rolls a 1. And on 1, he rolls 2 ones with Jay. That's extremely unlucky for him, but we're definitely gonna take advantage of it. We get a score 4 points for it. So trying to set up the coup in Central America. One play that we could have had, because especially since we played the original play with Junta, to we definitely maybe could have played How I Learned to Stop Worrying, give us 5 military ops, move the DEFCON to 2, to drop DEFCON so we'd have a chance to keep Junta in our back pocket. It might have been a little easier to set up some of the things we wanted to do, which might have made it easier to set up a realignment in Cuba. But that also meant we could have played arms race early for 3 victory points. And then we would have played Alliance of Progress for 5. So that could have been 8 victory points. Still with Junta. Might have been the better play. Yeah, sometimes we get going a little fast in these games. Kind of don't really consider hard. So we give up 4 in Central America. We're going to get some of it back here. So we'll give up the card. We'll just take a gamble, see if we get something nicer. Our manager on, which is always a fun card to have. So I used to almost always play this card for the Ops' US, and now I almost always play it for the event. Because it has the potential to be such a huge card in decreasing Ops. So we're going to go ahead and steal away the China card. So heading into turn 6, dead even. But we're in good shape, great shape in South America, except it's already been scored. Everything's been scored except for Southeast Asia and Europe, I think. So we're going to see if we can push a little bit with your Suri. So he plays OPEC, which I don't think is huge. 1, 2, 3. He gets 3 victory points out of it. We do have 1 small step, which should be nice. So he doesn't have 4 ops, so we can go ahead and flip North Korea, which I think we'll do right away. It would have been, because Southeast Asia hasn't been played, it would have been nice to flip Thailand, but the longer scope of the game being next to China, I mean that the adjacent to a superpower gets an extra victory point, so it's a good place to be. So we can also pick up, so all right, so bear traps and sell. All right. So we're able to protect Zaire. What to do? We don't really have. So obviously we're not playing decal or long gun. And now that I just used the China card, I don't have a lot of protection with long gunman, so I get the whole 2 guards. So I might actually keep salt negotiations to kind of protect me with long gunman, because it can raise the DEFCON and give me a chance, hopefully, to get out of it. I'd really like to play 1 small step for the event. I'd like to space decal. I like to play kitchen debates for the 2 victory points, to be honest. So really, that gives me. I like to play our man in Tehran for the event. So I mean, normally right here, with somebody, typically bear traps themselves. I like to. All right, so we played decal, spaced it, because if we would have played 1 small step, we would have had a 3-out card. We couldn't space it. We knew we wanted to get rid of it. So if we would have failed, we would have played 1 small step as the event. But now we'll just play it for the ops. The nice, and he misses on his. So he's got. So go ahead, see if we can set up something that still might have been a better play to slam into Thailand. Maybe possibly. So he finally gets out of it. We're gonna see if we can kind of keep on pushing this. So instead of playing John Paul, we're going to coup with it. Would have been, we would have rolled 4, 5, or 6. We would have actually taken Haiti. So we're 50-50 on actually putting something there. So thought we might be able to really flip it if we can get a 3-1 realignment roll Cuba. That would have been huge. So he plays Formosa. Now he's kind of dropping some presence in South America. Refills Haiti. We could went ahead and played kitchen debates. We took our 2 victory points and we poked him in the chest. Poke. So his base is puppet government. So he's ahead of us now. Which I guess we could have, whatever. So we play Camp David for the event. Took an extra victory points, keeping the score even. And then right here at the end, man, he had a bad bear trap and didn't even make him pay for it. And we're going to play our man Tehran for the event. Only 12 cards in the deck. A lot of these will come right back out, but I mean, it will have a potential to come back out. But so there's Southeast Asia. We get to move it on out of the way. So that's definitely a big victory there. Liberation theology. We're going to keep Europe in the deck for sure. And we'll take 5-year plan out also, even though it's a U.S. card, because it's most powerful in Russia's hand because they could get rid of Europe if they got it. So it's round 7. Looking at our headlines, we've got Red Scare, and really would like to be able to get rid of Lone Gunman. So if we purge them and then do salt negotiations where it moves the DEFCON up, he's already decreased on his what his card number is, and then he also takes another hit with his roll when he coups with salt negotiations. So it might be a good time to try salt negotiations just because of actually getting hit with kind of double hit with Red Scare with the salt negotiations itself when he gets to coup when we move the DEFCON up. And then we've got definitely could play Missile Envy here. But it's scary, to play Missile Envy when you don't know where all the cards are. So he plays Quagmire. Plus, Missile Envy right now where he gets to see the headlines, always a bad thing. So he plays Junta. All right. So oddly enough, we got a pretty good hand. Wrestling Doctrine is a card we typically wouldn't mind playing just to get it out of the deck. Play there might have actually been meant to move Missile Envy. So he's not that worried about losing some countries or losing some influence into Europe. So this is basically 3 ops for him. And he'll 2 ops, but it still gets rolled like a 1. But something is getting no, it's actually playing something. Yeah. All right, so we play Panama Canal. We take Venezuela back, and then we also kind of attack Panama. We finally got our, well, at least our little tick mark in Costa Rica, but we should have did that way a long time ago. So it kind of takes that back. We're going to attack with Colonial Rearguard. He won't be able to repair everything. So we'll see what he will be able to flip at least one of these four countries. If you can see my hand, he'd actually probably take. But nice. So we get him, make him pull the China card. So, which basically is only a 3-out card for him. So at least flip a country in Southeast Asia, which now we actually have domination in Asia. So there's Europe. We're going to get that for 5. And we know because we played the China card, there's probably never a better time to play salt negotiations than right now. So pull Red Scare back out. Not a whole lot of cards really to choose from. We could have pulled out some other things, but I think at this point in the stage, Red Scare back to back would be pretty big. And we just have to hope that we get a little lucky here with some of our rolls. So we get a victory point. And he rolled a 5. But you see, he rolled a 5, he still only got 2. So we're gonna go ahead and long gunman. He sees what we have. He knows we now have missile heavy, so he's nuclear subs or red birch. So we're not really giving a whole lot of weight here. And he rolls a 3, but we're still successful. I mean, we're still there. And then we have one up. We roll 4, enough to get a little bit of military ops here. Oh, crap. So we have 3 scoring cards. We have nuclear subs, which is nice. So we're don't really have anything. Huh. So Central America, which we've not been great at. Here, but we have to fight for this one. I think. I think op wise, we try to see if we can flip something in Africa. But he's got the battlegrounds 3-2 now. Oh, the thing that hurts the most, we get 3 scoring cards is literally you're sitting there with 3 rounds with no ops. So once again, he gets to see our headline, so he knows he's red scared, but knew he was getting red scared before, so he's attacking Africa right away. So, wow, how quick did Africa just change? We'll go ahead and protect France a little bit. So there's definitely some choices here. I'm kind of thinking, you know, probably just punt on Southeast Asia. It is what it is. I think it's, we kind of at least flip one of those countries for 1 point. We kind of bummed out again that we didn't flip Burma. We could have. That was a misplay. So he scores two. It's not that big of a deal. Um, so there's that. Wouldn't mind playing shuttle diplomacy for the event, but I just don't think tempo wise it's going to happen. Latin American, depth crisis. I don't think at this point we can give up that area. Oh, let's see where his brush war is. All right. So he rolled a 6. Man, that really changed Asia. We really did a lot of work and flipped Asia. He flipped it right back. Hmm. So we might just go ahead and gamble here with nuclear sub, see if we can flip one of these little regions. Um, so we've got the 2 scored cards. It's late. We can pick up some victory points. Hopefully with some rolls right here in Africa, so we can flip Angola, Zaire. We might be in okay shape. Man, it's been a pretty intense game so far. So because we're not ahead, there's Star Wars, but that would have been a nice card to have. So we're lucky in the fact he only rolls a 2. We're going to go ahead and start attacking Africa. We roll a 6. Nice. We've rolled big in our little rolls. When we only need a mediocre rolls, we roll big. So right now, if we weren't able to fight back Africa, that's 8 victory points for him. So flower power's gone. That's not catch a victory point. Places all in West Germany. That's that big 4-op card that he threw all of it there. We counteract with 2-op card, but really, we're gonna just keep on attacking. 1-op, put it all back. This no. What a coup. Well, wow, we rolled 6 again. So now we can score Africa for 4, and yeah, we might lose West Germany. There's an attack there, but still, to take that, he's still got to do what 7 more ops. Just to kind of to be able to take it. So it's a lot of ops he's got to put in West Germany to flip it. So we still have opportunity there, and even if he does flip it, we've scored it for 10. It's not going to play unless it plays for. So at this point, we're just trying to play for even. So if we can make it go from 8 to 0, we've won. Okay. Huh. So we're gonna go ahead and play Africa because it's even. So I've got. We do have the extra card, so we might be able to. So we do catch the one victory point for Africa, and then because this is, I get an extra play here, and then this turn. So we're gonna return him block A because it's just one op, and then hopefully be mindful of the fact that he has that. We're gonna coup with this, see if we can get a little lucky. Sorry, I had to get sidetracked for a second. So, all right, so we got grain cells. It's not a DEF CON because we did nuclear subs. That's stupid. Now he just uses the one op to repair himself. I meant the coup there. I'm an idiot. All right, but at least we do have this play, so we get to play. I was thinking I was already at the back end of that turn 7 where he couldn't do anything. But anyway, so you would lose for most of it. We weren't there anyway. And now we need to score for 3. So there's that. Maybe there was a better play, but here's Central America scoring for 3. So we took a situation where we were losing by 8 points, and then moved down to 3. So now we've got Asia, Middle East. We can use Ultra Games to get rid of Asia. Middle East is still even, which we need to play fairly early because of the Iranian hostage crisis. Also, Ortega, because we do have influence in Central and Cuba now, is now a DEFCON suicide card. Luckily, OPEC doesn't get played anymore, so that doesn't hurt us. And then, headline wise, let's see. Maybe how I learned to stop worrying and move to DEFCON 2. It's now it's really. I mean, you could play like Arab-Israeli war or something. Just have a null event. If we weren't able to space Ortega, then we would have to play the Asia scored guard, and headlines Jay. All right. So we move the DEFCON to 2. We have our military. So we both have our military ops, but he got to see our headline. That might be one of the reasons why he went ahead and played it as a headline. And then he spaces that and gets some victory points. 3 victory points. So he's worried about, well, potentially, I'm assuming he's worried about Four games. What was that, seven? All right, so we go ahead and take Panama, flip that. So now kind of looking, we're in okay shape pretty much everywhere but Asia. But we can actually take Japan. That should make that even. Probably definitely should have just used those three ops in West Germany. Yeah. Mm. I don't have the ops. All right. We're making them double down. So we threw in two ops, but really that's not going to stop him. He made that play just a second ago. Then maybe we catch him with only not a ton of ops. Got to go ahead and score this. Mm. So we had definitely a blunder, but it was set up on the fact that we evened out Africa and Central America. So the reason why a little bit, we do catch a victory point here, which is nice. Catches another one in Argentina. Um, it is what it is. We lost it. Maybe we can have a chance to get back. But that was definitely a blunder. We could have kept that from happening. So, but we had to play Middle East before we could play, uh, the hostage crisis card. We couldn't let that happen to us. If he plays blockade there, we have to play Asia. So he set us up to realign in Chile. I was just thinking to myself that we needed to be in Uruguay to set up the realignment in Argentina. Um, so we'll threaten back. Then maybe we can get Paraguay too to get the 3-1 realignment in Argentina. We don't get knocked out of Chile first. He's going to try to realign us first. Wow. That's quick. Gotcha. So, doesn't really matter here. And then we'll play out your games to get rid of Asia. Oh, crap. Man, we were so set in my mind that we that we got to get rid of that card when he had it at four. We got Japan. We actually scored the reacher for once. We just left the victory point on the table. Uh, but we get to respond with some ops, to make necessarily the Chile. Just he takes his first coup, then we take Chile, so it might be all right there. So we've got South America, so we'll see if we can kind of tear that. We thank goodness the ABM treaty. Um, we can take a shot at Indo-Pakistan, try to take domination in Asia. Um, so it's a long shot. Tear down this wall. We can maybe try to flip that West Germany. Thing with duck and cover is he can see our headline, so I think we will bear you is out there. Um, so we'll take our Hail Mary shot and flip in Asia. He's making a strong play in Central America. 6. Roll to 1. So I'm assuming he's put 2 Mexico, maybe one into one south of it. All right, we're gonna play duck and cover for the event. Drop DEFCON, take 3 victory points. It just feels like right now every single victory point is huge, and then we might be able to catch 2 extra victory points with military ops, depending on how this game goes. Granted, we have ABM treaty, so we were going to have military ops regardless, but maybe that was a mistake there. Really, it takes a big gamble here if we do this for the event. That's a 3-op card. If we did it for realignments, we don't have the modifier, so we just make that worse. We know we're not playing decal. Everything else is okay. We could go ahead and use ABM treaty, try to coup Argentina. But really, we're looking at what we got to roll a 5 or 6 really to be successful here. So we have 33% chance of being successful, overprotected. Could ABM treaty Central America, but then we could also hold off on that and maybe even up Middle East with it. So we're gonna See if we can set up a realignment. What a great roll. We'll go ahead and roll two. Catch a victory point here. So he rolled two back. Try it one more time. See if we can win this roll, get a big roll, and then use socialist government to do some realignments. Just double checking Africa too. We might be able to sneak in at the last moment late with that. Better. So we roll four. Now we hopefully can set that up. With our socialist government, or even tear down this wall, but hope maybe we'll have some shots at it. We still really need to go get South America scoring so that way we don't get caught at the end of this round, like responding to attacks and then get caught with South America. So we really need to. Oh, he's coming with a big play. Wow. Okay, so we're going to have to play ABM Treaty. It sucks, man. We're really hoping to be able to really do something big with this card. But we're able to repair, so we're good. Move Asia back even. And we really need to play South America. We don't want to get our last place here and suddenly not be able to respond. It would be the worst thing ever. So AWOC's nice. There you go. All right. Let's go ahead and score this. It's even. And then the benefit there is we got two cards to play with. We're not getting stuck. And we're going to have to kind of count on our last play being advantageous. Central America might just be our lost cause. So we're Europe, Middle East, Asia, Africa, South. He's got Central America. Wow. Yeah, but he's going to have Middle East back. All right. So we need an attack. We're going to attack Algeria. I think this will give us close. All right. So hopefully he has to respond to that versus doing something crazy somewhere else. Also, don't know how many ops he has. So he only has a 2-op card. He can't repair that. And Saudi Arabia. And then more importantly, he can't go slam something into another country as well, like Asia. So that was our goal in that particular case. Maybe we should have gone another region where it would have been. This is, I think all right. I'm looking at our score. He's got. But he's gonna have Middle East. I keep on forgetting he's got Middle East. So South America's even. It's got what, 5. He's got a 4-op card. See what he does with this. All right. So, all right. We got plenty of time to try to do some of the math here to make sure that we're all right. Um, you know, he's got 15 points, 5 in Central America. We're even in South America. Right now, if we don't, we got 2. He's got 4 Middle East and 5 in Asia. So that's, and then 1 in Europe. So that's 15 points. And I'm, as it stands right now, getting back 2. That's 13. Get a point back for China. But all right, so I can put 1 into Africa, and that gives me 5. That's huge. Okay, we should be all right. So, and then I could also do the other 2 ops somewhere else too. So, like, let's say I go into Chile, that gives me South America, so that gives me 4. No, 9 is 11. He gets 5. All right. So he wins that by boom, boom. So we got 1 for boom, 1 for the China card, put us to 10, and then uh, yeah, actually won by 6. All right, well, we win. That's a heck of a game, great game. Thank you, Ibptank, for the game. Um, so kind of a big win against a top notch opponent. We got a little lucky in some places. We definitely misplayed West Germany, and you know, and some other things. And right there at the end, it actually might have been better to put the 2 extra in Asia. So that would have went from +5, would have been a 6-point swing there, to better than the 4-point. Would have been 2 extra points total. That might have been the better play. But great game. I mean, contested the whole way around. No one ever really had big leads, so back and forth. So, heck of a game. Glad we played it. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys. Feel free to leave your comments and tell me how bad I played. And make comments about other plays that would have been better. It's always nice, looking at something that I might not have seen or looking at a little different. All right. Anyway, see you next time.